Morning everybody. Okay, so the purpose of this video is just to discuss the blind spot Power Junkie with the Lumix G80 and the fact that it works, but there is a workaround to get it to work with the camera and not as it's really supposed to, but it does, and I'll explain that here. So let's start off. Okay, so if you're interested, new item on the market is the Power Junkie. It's a great little item. I'll put some cutaways in here to show you what's in it. Basically you can attach any Sony NPF battery and output that via its USB or its 7.2 usually to a dummy battery, and this is where the issue occurs with the Lumix G80, which I shall show you. I mean, if you're already watching this, you know about the Power Junkie, and you can read reviews elsewhere. I hasten to say it's a great little gadget, but for the G80 there's a few considerations to make, and this is what we'll go through here. And what you'll need to run that with the G80 or G85 is this, which is strange enough, raise up, strange name. What it is basically a DC converter. It comes with an American 2-pin power supply, which you probably won't need unless you're going to run that from home, which you'll need an adapter. But that's got a standard 5-volt output on the back, and the gubbins, to be honest, is all in. We'll move this out of the way. Is all in here. I've wrapped this up in tape, and I'll show you a cutaway of the actual picture on Amazon where I got it from. So inside here is a step-up converter, which ups the voltage out of your USB from the 5 volts to about 7.8 volts, between 7.6 and 7.8 volts, 7.8 volts, and that is what powers your dummy battery to go in your Lumix. So it's quite a long cable, and there's at least another 12 inches of cable wrapped up in there, so you can see that you've got the best part of nearly 2.5 feet of cable there, which is a little bit much, which is, as you can understand, is why I really want to use the 7.2 volt output straight to the Power Junkie. Obviously the connectors are wrong. Female. So what I have done is I have made a connector. I'll show you the cutaways of those. Basically the correct fitting connector, which is a 5.5mm on that one with a 2.1 pin, which fits in there, and there's also a 4mm with a 1.7, I think, adapter, which fits into that side. So that fits in there, simple enough. That's the dummy battery adapter. Blind spot, my cable I've made. One goes in, one goes in there, and theoretically when you pop on your Sony NPF battery, that should be it, but all is not good, unfortunately. I'll just leave that loose. The camera will, once you power those up, the camera will power up for about 5 seconds, and then it will reject the battery with a rejection message to say this battery cannot be used. With the official converter from Raise Up, there's obviously a step up from the 5 volt USB. When you use the power supply, correct power supply. The battery indicator, which is top right of your Lumix screen, doesn't show. It considers it to be mains power, and everything is good. And this is where the issue is. So at the moment, the recommendation is don't waste your time making homemade leads for the Lumix G80. It's just a waste of time. The leads are correct, all the terminals are correct, the voltage is correct. It's really just a pin to pin, center pin, center pin. It's easy to do, even for someone that's not particularly skilled like me. But even though that's 7.2 volts coming out of here, DC, the voltage is correct. There's plenty of ampage coming out of there too. It's got 3 amps coming out. It's expecting that. That's all I can suggest is what's wrong with that. And as I say, put something in the comments if you want. If you think that is wrong, I would love to know if you could help. So any help would be appreciated. Thank you.